Happy birthday, Marines! Thank you so much to come. We're the opening act today. Thank you so much for coming to the Homecoming 250s, Navy Marine Corps' 250th Marine Corps Commemoration Ceremony. Thank you for being here. We stand near holy ground, just a few blocks west from here, at Independence Mall, on 10 November 1775. The Second Continental Congress resolved to raise the first 2 battalions of Marines. They also appointed the first Marine, Samuel Nicholas, who is buried just a few blocks north of here at Arch Street Meeting House, and he is honored as the first Commandant. He recruited the first Marines. Where was that at? What was that called? At the Ton, just a few blocks south from here. And he led them on their first amphibious operation, headed to the Bahamas. Great travel agent he had. Just a few blocks east from here on the Philadelphia waterfront. And now we're going to build Ton Tavern right here. In the center of all this Marine history and tradition, we could not find a better place. You could cheer for that too. Now, Homecoming 250 Navy Marine Corps recently held a spectacular 250th birthday celebration over 8 days for the Marine Corps and the Navy, with ships and flyovers and concerts and a parade and other festivities. And I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, thank you, sir, who made this possible, including the City of Philadelphia, Lockheed Martin, Hanwha Philadelphia Shipyard, Holt Logistics, Comcast, First Command, and many more listed on the sign before me, which is all the rain's permitting us to do. Thank you very much, sir. Now, when we went to the Marine Corps and the Navy back 5 years ago and said, we want to have you celebrate your 250th birthdays in your birthplace, we said, well, we'll do a celebration for the Navy in October, and we'll do a celebration for the Marine Corps in November. And the Marine Corps surprised the heck out of us by saying, no, we want to do our celebration with the Navy in October, because they'll bring a large amphibious ship that we can live on, and we won't have to pay hotel bills. And they were right. They did bring a large amphibious ship, and we had a great celebration. But we always knew that we had to celebrate today, the day, the Marine Corps' 250th birthday. And even though we did all sorts of things for the Marine Corps to celebrate their history, Independence Mall, etc., we knew that the things Marines most wanted to do was to recreate the Ton. And so we are proud to partner with the Ton Legacy Foundation to realize this dream. And we need you as partners too, to make this dream a reality. I can see thousands of Marines in front of me, and thousands of Marines by marriage, and thousands of Marine families. It's you who are going to make this happen. It's you who are going to build the Ton. Thank you for being here to do that. Now, I'd like to recognize all the VIPs are here, but frankly, I can't tell, except I know there's a lot of VIPs here whose name is United States Marine. I think we have a couple of Medal of Honor recipients, though. I think we should recognize them. Major General James Livingston and Colonel Barney Barnum. So thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for pitching in to make this Marine Corps 250th commemoration a success. And more importantly, thank you all for coming here to make sure that when you come back here a year or two from now, there is a full-fledged, historic, replica of the Tun Tavern, gathering place for Marines for generations to come. So happy birthday to the 250th for the United States Marine Corps and for every Marine here. Always faithful. Let me now introduce our chaplain, Marine and Navy Chaplain John Cutler, for the invocation. It's my honor to be here this morning because I served 32 years in the Navy, 20 of them with the Marine Corps. I was in Desert Storm in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait when we liberated Kuwait with General Boomer. And then I served over 13 months in Iraq with General Alice with the 3rd Mall. So it is my honor to be here. And I ended my career as the Deputy Chaplain for the Marine Corps, working with the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Let us pray. Almighty God, eternal and unchanging, we gather in this place on this momentous day to commemorate the founding of the United States Marine Corps, a corps that has served the Republic for 250 years with unwavering fidelity. We look back 2.5 centuries to the year 1775 to a colonial tavern in Philadelphia, the Tun Tavern, which has become a sacred ground in the annals of freedom. We acknowledge the spirit of liberty was not only debated in great halls, but also was forged in the humble places where Captain Samuel Nicholas and Robert Mullen first answered the Continental Congress's call. We thank you for the vision of those first Marines, the patriots who raised their hand in that moment of profound national peril, choosing the arduous path of duty over comfort and planting the seeds of the most formidable fighting force the world has ever known. We offer our profound gratitude for the 2.5 centuries of selfless service and sacrifice that followed, for the Continental Marines who bled at New Providence and Trenton, for the Marines who fought in Tripoli, stood fast at the halls of Montezuma and preserved the Union, for the Devil Dogs who fought in Bellawood, the island hoppers of the Pacific, and the frozen heroes of Korea, for the generations of Marines who have answered the call in Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, the sands of Iraq, the mountains of Afghanistan, and in every climate and place where duty was called. Hear our prayer, O God, for a Marine family. Bless and protect every Marine currently on watch, standing post, or deployed far from home. Clothe them in courage, grant them swift victory in righteous cause, and see them safely home to their loved ones. Comfort and sustain their families who bear the burden of separation, the military spouses and their children, who serve alongside them in silent strength, and cherish the memory of the fallen. They're not simply names on a roll, the very foundation upon which our honor rests. May their sacrifice remind us always that our freedom is bought not cheaply, but at the highest price. And as we look forward to the next century, grant us the wisdom to honor this extraordinary legacy. May the esprit de corps, the enduring camaraderie, the deep commitment with each other, and the unyielding spirit of Semper Fi continue to be guiding light for all who wear the eagle and globe anchor. And we pray this in your most holy and powerful name, Semper Fi, and let us say Amen. Ready, set, halt!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocky tread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Dave, that was great. Thank you very much. And thank you to the Leatherneck bagpipers. They did a great job too. And thank you to the reenactors here. I don't know about you, I find this incredibly inspiring to see uniforms from all the areas of the Marine Corps. They're doing a great job and they're great guys, so thank you very much. Now, we've been doing this through a lot of obstacles, including a government shutdown that seems like it's never going to end, but maybe it will. And, weather is not apparently my strong suit. But we are going, we were supposed to read to you the resolutions of the Continental Congress and the U.S. Congress that established the Continental United States Marines, but that person is not here, so we're going to skip over that. And we're going to go directly to our principal speaker, Major General Patrick Hermisman.
Wow. Happy birthday, Marines! So I heard there were thousands here going around the corner, and you have to actually stand up on this stage to fully appreciate it. And what an exciting event for all of us. I'm a local, not from Philadelphia, but raised in South Jersey. I've lived here the vast majority of my life. I can't tell you what a thrill it is to be here on this hallowed ground on the 250th birthday of our Corps. I welcome all of you, Marines, Marine friends, Marine family members, and other supporters of our Corps, to the great city of Philadelphia, the cradle of liberty, the birthplace of freedom, and the birthplace of the United States Marine Corps. You all know the story. It started 250 years ago to the day, very humble beginnings at Tun Tavern. Ultimately, 5 companies of Marines, as formed by the Continental Congress on revolutionary ships, Revolutionary War era ships, evolved, and in the last 100 and some years, Marines that predated all of us ran through the wheat fields of Bella Wood. The blood-soaked sands of Iwo Jima. The frozen tundra that we all know as the Chosin Reservoir. And in more modern times, Way City, Fallujah. The common thread to all of those historical events was, of course, the individual Marine that formed Marine units. I think back to an experience I had during the invasion of Iraq when there was no communication and you really didn't know what was going on much outside of your own little world. And I had a ham radio, and in this ham radio, they were talking about our United States Marine Corps and how our Corps had moved further and faster and was more lethal than it had ever been in its history. And the question that was raised by the commentator was, where do they find such men? Now, I knew at the time, a little bit of a trick question. Should have been, where do you find such men and women? The answer, of course, is you don't find Marines, you make Marines. And you make them in 3 places. Well, for us officers, they made all of us in Quantico, Virginia. I got any Quantico, Virginia Marines here? All right. And for you Hollywood types, they made you out at MCRD San Diego. And for the rest of you, they made you in some place called MCRD Paris Island. Hey, and for all of us, regardless of where we were made, there's 3 types of Marines, right? You have those that are currently serving. And I saw some of the recruiters that were walking around. I'm thinking, these guys got a stack of age waivers trying to meet their quota. And today's the day. If they can't meet their quota today with age waivers, they're never going to meet it. Then you got almost all of us, myself included, we're just Marines subject to recall. And then you got that 3rd category of Marines, those that are guarding the streets of heaven. And we can never forget those Marines that predated all of us. The commonality is that we're Marines. We come from all types of places. We come from the cities of Philadelphia. We come from suburbs across the country. We come from farmlands out in Kansas. We come off of our Indian reservations in the Dakotas. But none of that matters. The great equalizer is that we were all United States Marines. And whether we're a male, a female, regardless of race, creed, or religion, our common bond is that we are Marines. Our common bond cuts through whether you're in the ground combat element and you're a grunt, whether you're a logistician, whether you're an aviator or work in the aviation community. Those are all nice. They're all little parts of our world. But the common thread remains, we are United States Marines. And when the Corps made each and every one of us, they made us for one purpose. And that purpose was to fight. I was watching a clip the other day from the Commandant's Ball, and the Commandant made a comment that was along the lines of, he said something like, nobody likes to fight, but somebody has to know how. And that's the United States Marines, followed by, well, in fact, Marines do like to fight. I thought I'd steal that one from him. It's no joke that we are the first to fight, and it's clear we also fight for right and freedom and for liberty. I'd be remiss if I did not recognize those Marines that came before us that gave it all. We've all heard the expression, all gave some gave all. Those Marines that made the ultimate sacrifice are our heroes, and we can never, ever forget any of them. I think back to the book of John, that there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for a friend. That's what those Marines did. Those Marines and all of us, over 250 years, we're all part of the unbroken chain of Marines. And the chain, it'll never be broken. It will never be broken. We're carrying that torch of freedom. We're carrying our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. We are dedicated to serving others. We are dedicated to self-sacrifice. We are dedicated to the concept of we, not me, us, not I. The Marine Corps has been here for 250 days. Ooh, that was wrong. Somebody pull the old man off the stage. The Marine Corps has been here for 250 years. And God willing, at least another 250 to come. Our Corps has been here yesterday. Our Corps is here today. And our Corps and Tun-Tavern will be here tomorrow. It has been over 90,000 days since our Corps was formed. And I say to all of you, we are at the beginning stages of our Marine Corps. May God bless all of you. May God bless our country. May God bless the United States Marine Corps, and long live the Corps!
Thanks, sir. Good day. Happy birthday, Marines. The Journal of the Continental Congress in Philadelphia, Friday, November 10th, 1775. Resolved that 2 battalions of Marines be raised, consisting of 1 colonel, 2 lieutenant colonels, 2 majors, and other officers as usual in other regiments, and they consist of an equal number of privates with other battalions. That particular care be taken that no persons be appointed to office or enlisted into said battalions, but such as are good seamen or so acquainted with maritime affairs as to be able to serve to advantage by sea when required. That they be enlisted and commissioned to serve for and during the present war between Great Britain and the colonies, unless dismissed by order of Congress. That they be distinguished by the names of the 1st and 2nd Battalions of American Marines. And that they be considered as part of the number which the Continental Army before Boston is ordered to consist of. Ordered that a copy of the above be transmitted to the General. An act for establishing and organizing a Marine Corps, enacted by the U.S. Congress in Philadelphia, July 11th, 1798. Section 1, that it being enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America, in Congress assembled, that in addition to the present military establishment, there shall be raised and organized a corps of Marines, which shall consist of 1 major, 4 captains, 16 first lieutenants, 12 second lieutenants, 48 sergeants, 48 corporals, 32 drums and fife, and 720 privates, including the Marines that have been enlisted and are authorized to be raised for the naval armament, and the said corps may be formed into as many companies or detachment as the President of the United States shall direct, with a proper distribution of the commissioned and non-commissioned officers and musicians to each company or detachment. And be further enacted that the President of the United States may detach and appoint such of the officers of this Marine Corps to act on the board of the frigates or any armed vessels of the United States, respectively, as he shall, from time to time, judge necessary. And it be further enacted that the Marines established by this act shall, at any time, be liable to do duty in the forts and the garrisons of the United States, on the sea coasts, or any other shore, as the President, at his discretion, shall direct. Thank you.
Hello, Philadelphia! Welcome, Marines! A lot of you have spoken to me over the last 6 months. I'm Ken Hopper, or if you've gotten my emails, it's Chopper, or my alias, if you've joined the 1775 Club, it's your humble servant, S. Nicholas. That's me. I can't tell you how great it is to see this crowd. It's incredible. There's been a lot of hard work put into this to make this an incredible 250th birthday celebration for our beloved Corps. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce our host, our master of ceremonies for this afternoon's Black Party. Bryson, up to you.
All right, dude, what's up? Never just been introduced by my first name. Well, I'm Bryson. What's up, dude? I'm Bryson Banks. How you guys doing? Let's go. Happy fucking birthday, Marines. Well, I don't know about that. I said happy birthday, Marines. Let's go, dude. I feel like Philly and the Marines have a lot in common. They're both tough, loud, and will fight anyone for no reason at all. Dude, also that general was up here talking about the initial push. I was like, dang, my time in Iraq was a little different. I remember a Porter John, 120 degrees. Very different kind of mission, if you know what I mean, dude, right? Also, that chaplain's prayer was extremely long. I was like, I don't know if God's still listening once we got to the third paragraph. He's like, we gotta wrap this up, man. I got a lot of Marines to protect today. How's everybody doing? Let's go, dude. I used to be in the Marines a long time ago, and when I was getting out of the Marines, I got one of the most prestigious awards you can get as a Marine. A DUI. Yeah, dude, he goes Medal of Honor, then DUI, everyone knows. It was with a V, too, for Valor. Yeah, man. Some things I learned when I got that DUI. Don't drink and drive with your dog. They'll arrest him, too. They took his ass right to doggy jail. Did not pass go. I was in the back of the patrol car, and I look across, and my dog's just panting in the pound truck. I know, I was like, damn, they got us, Goose. They took him to the pound, gave him a bunch of vaccinations he wasn't even due for yet. Now he's autistic. Now I feel self-conscious, too. Every time I open a beer, he's looking up at me. He's like, are we doing this again? He talks like that because he's autistic. Hey, he didn't talk before the shot, so it boosted him, all right? Now he's fitting in with all my Marine bros. What's up? Cool, man. This is like the biggest VFW party I've ever seen. Let's go, dude. I'm gonna get something from my socials real quick. You guys gotta go even louder than we did the first time, though, all right? Happy birthday, Marines! Give them one! No, I said give them one! Los Angeles isn't gonna like this, guys. Always wanted to do that. They never let the Lance Corporal do that shit, you know what I mean? Cool, man. I joined the Marines as an infantry rifleman and then tried out for the sniper platoon and made it. But I was like the worst sniper ever, because I'm allergic to all the bushes. They don't test you for that. Like, they test your shooting, they test your endurance, but they don't test your allergies. So we just get to Iraq, and I'm just sneezing in all the bushes. Just like, achoo, achoo. The interpreter looks over. I'm like, not you, achoo. It was tough, man. You guys ever try to snipe with the sniffles? It's like, fuck! I shot Greg. It's crazy days, man. Then I got out of the Marines and I did a little bit of acting. And I once had to do an audition where I had to take my shirt off and sing Baby Shark. Yeah, dude, it was a little humbling experience. I'm not doing it. There's always some freak in the audience that tries to get me to do it. Usually it's a girl, and I'm a little concerned. So I'm in there, I take it off, and I'm like, Baby Shark, do. And then my brain had a thought and was like, I was trained to kill people. Yeah, man, it was humbling. Also, I didn't think Netflix could make the Marines look any gayer than it actually was. What was that, dude? Yo, they did recon dirty. Where are my recon boys at? Have the bagpipes already done their things too? Yo, every time I hear that, I'm like, that's the song that plays in my head when I wake up hungover in the morning. Just like looking in the mirror, like, what's going on? What's this? Is this like this is the VIP seats? Yeah, I see some brass in there, dude. How do you get one of these? Oh, it's just for anybody to sit? That's cool. Of course it's raining and cold on the Marine Corps birthday. Like, I can't think of any more Marine shit than that. Cool, man. I'm trying to think of the next joke I want to tell. In snipers, actually, no, I'm going to tell a different one. I used to be super religious. Anybody else? A fist. He's still religious. He's not going to like this next part. Jesus, yeah, there's a bunch of names for it's all the same to me. But then I took a bunch of mushrooms. This was after the Marines. And I was like, this doesn't add up. Good thing I got those crosses tattooed on my back. Then I took a DNA test in my 20s and found out I'm Jewish. Good thing I got those crosses tattooed on my back. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jews don't do the whole crosses thing. And I'm just Jewish enough to get that trip to Israel. This is before everything popped off. And before I went, they're like, wait a minute, are you sure you're Jewish? I was like, are you sure the trip's free? They're like, get over here. He's one of us. Like, you passed the test over here. And I went, and one of the first places you go to is a spa. And I go to take my shirt off at the spa. And the lady leading the group's like, excuse me, are those crosses tattooed on your back? I was like, yeah, we fucking got that guy, right? That one got mixed reviews, huh? These are just jokes, guys. It's 2025 and there's still a lot of racism. Philly air gets sucked out. Also, not who you thought was going to come talk about this, but I'm who they sent. Yeah, I actually had racist roommates. That's when I was like, I have to move out of my parents. My parents hate California too. I'm sure there's a lot of California haters in here. No? All right. My parents and 3 other people are the only Republican people here right now. My dad's always like, oh, the illegal immigrants over there are taking everybody's jobs. I'm like, Dad, you're Mexican. He goes, no, I'm Spanish and Native American. I go, yeah, Dad, that's Mexican. Cheese plus pasta is mac and cheese. I found out he wasn't my biological dad when I was in my teens, but I should have known because he's Mexican. Dude, I was like one of those alligators following around a group of ducks. This is a true story, guys. My legal last name is Uribe. I used to get bullied in Oklahoma for being Mexican. And I'm not Mexican. I'm like the only white guy that's actually experienced racism. And I didn't like that shit, all right? But I was like, yeah, but you guys are still coming over later to hit the piñata, right? Cool, man. I just bought my first place recently in California. Cool. Don't get too excited. It is in Inglewood. For those of you who don't know, I'm the minority in Inglewood. And I'm noticing businesses there are a little dicey because there's 6 fried chicken spots within a block from where I live, which tells you that's not a safe neighborhood to live. If you're a chicken, am I right, dude? Hey, you guys are awesome, man. I'll be hosting this thing tonight. Happy birthday, Marines. We're gonna be doing some awesome events, so stick around. I'll be coming up, bringing up different acts, different stuff. Stay tuned for what's next. Give them a little more than that. Happy birthday, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a time-honored tradition for an official Marine Corps cake-cutting ceremony. And it is my distinct honor to stand here before you to introduce to you a direct descendant of Marine Number 1, Miss Diana Pope, is the great, 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 great granddaughter of Major Samuel Nicholas. And the official party includes Pat Bailey, president and founder of the Ton Legacy Foundation. Put it under.
November 1st, 1921, John A. Lejeune, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps, directed that a reminder of the honorable service of the Corps be published by every command to all Marines throughout the globe on the birthday of our Corps. Since that day, Marines have continued to distinguish themselves on many battlefields and foreign shores in war and peace. On this birthday of the Corps, therefore, in compliance with the will of the 13th Commandant, Article 38, United States Marine Corps Manual Edition 1921, as republished, is republished as follows. On November 10th, 1775, a Corps of Marines was created by a resolution of the Continental Congress. Since that date, many thousands of men have borne the name Marine. In memory of them, it is fitting that we who are Marines should commemorate the birthday of our Corps by calling to mind the glories of its long and illustrious history. The record of our Corps is one which will bear comparison with that of the most famous military organizations in the world's history. During 90 of the 146 years of its existence, the Marine Corps has been in action against the nation's foes. From the Battle of Trenton to the Argonne, Marines have won foremost honors in war, and in the long eras of tranquility at home, generation of Marines have grown gray in war in both hemispheres, in every corner of the 7 seas, that our country's citizens might enjoy peace and security. In every battle and skirmish since the birth of our Corps, Marines have acquitted themselves with the greatest distinction, winning new honors on each occasion until the term Marine has come to signify all that is highest in military efficiency and soldierly virtue. This high name of distinction and soldierly repute we who are Marines today have received from those who have preceded us in the Corps. With it, we have also received from them the eternal spirit which has animated our Corps from generation to generation and has been the distinguishing mark of the Marines in every age. So long that spirit continues to flourish, Marines will be found equal to every emergency in the future as they have in the past. And the men of our nation will regard us as worthy successors to the long line of illustrious men who have served as soldiers of the sea since the founding of our Corps. John A. Lejeune, Major General, United States Marine Corps, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps.
The cake cutting ceremony is a treasured tradition. The oldest and youngest Marines present will share the first slice, symbolizing the passing of wisdom and knowledge. Our first piece today goes to the guest of honor, Miss Diana Pope, the direct descendant of the 1st Marine Samuel Nicholas. Good. That's a big piece of cake. The second piece of cake goes to the oldest Marine present. And it is a great distinction and honor that our oldest Marine today is Mr. Michael Greco, Sr. Michael was born May 26, 1926. He enlisted in the Marine Corps November 23, 1943. Following boot camp and training at Parris Island, he was thrust into battle. He was assigned to the 25th Marines, 4th Marine Division. Immediately went to the Battle of Tinian. He next fought at the Battle of Saipan. Reassigned to the 8th Marines, 2nd Marine Division, he participated in the landing forces of the Battle of Okinawa. Our youngest Marine is Sergeant Jacob Martin. He was born November 16th, 2002. He joined the Marine Corps on July 19th, 2021. He completed boot camp October 18th, 2021, and is now assigned to HMH 772. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's cake cutting ceremony. Please stand. Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the